Hey Jerome, what's your opinion on link summoning?
A pile of
What's up guys, DaveWinner122 doing a quick discussion video today. Sorry about the format, it's a little different than my normal ones. Normally in front of the green screen with the background, the floating cars and shit. But we moved my Yu-Gi Man's stuff into the bedroom so we could make room for our new roommate out in the living room. So I haven't put my green screen up yet because I gotta move the mounted TV and I gotta do a bunch of other crap. And it's a lot of work. I don't feel like doing it because it's like a two-person job, and I don't know. But so we're doing it this way for at least a couple videos until I actually get off my butt and fix it. And this video was just going to be talking about the new Spiral and Subterror monsters that were leaked. We don't know what they are or even vaguely what they do, but we at least know that they're coming out. Apparently they're both getting a Link monster, not in the next set, but the set after. But instead of actually talking about the two cards specifically, I want to use them as a jumping point to talk about something I've actually been really kind of pondering lately. And that's, I think the portion of Konami that runs the TCG doesn't like Link summoning very much. Now, I don't have a ton to go on, it's the kind of vibe I've been getting, especially with the set releases and things like that. The Pendulum Evolution set, as well as our Battles of Legend Light's Revenge set, the pull ratios were absurdly even for pretty much every card in the set. There really wasn't a short print. And what were the main things in these two sets? Well, Pendulums and Pendulum Revolution, whatever the hell that thing was called, and really good Synchros and Xyz monsters in Light's Revenge, like Crystal Wing and Omega and Minerva and Breaksword. These are all mechanics that are taking a huge hit once Link summoning comes out. It's like the TCG was basically like, alright guys, we know, it sucks. Here, these last two sets before that, before Doomsday, we're not even gonna worry about short print, you guys. You're just gonna have all the cards you could want. Essentially giving us extremely easy access to like any card that's like remotely good right now that anyone might want to play in a deck, and giving you a couple of weeks just to have fun with them before you may not be able to play them anymore. Not to mention we've got a bunch of really random Lightsworn support reprints in the Battles of Legend, which is kind of a Link-proof deck. I mean, sure, it might be in there just to kind of hype Minerva, but it also could be like, hey guys, you know what really sucks? Links. You know what is a great deck that you can play that doesn't really mind it too much, and if you want to go budget, Lightsworn. So here's all the cool shiny Lightsworns to go with your new shiny Minervas, so you guys can play that instead. Not only that, but our TCG exclusive archetype this time around, if it even is an archetype, hasn't even been spoiled yet, and the set comes out in less than a month. I'm pretty sure we knew about Cosmo, and we knew about Kaijus, and we knew about Spirals, and we knew about Subterrors way in advance. We didn't know anything about them, and I don't even think we necessarily even knew their names. But like, for instance, Cosmos, they told us about the American fairy tale thing a very long time before we actually got the first Cosmo card. And instead, they're kind of seemingly not bothering this time around. I mean, sure, we got this thing, you know, from TCG Europe that said, oh, look, if you vote on it, you can see what these are, and you really can't tell what they are. But I don't know. This is like, it's not even necessarily an exclusive archetype. They called it a theme, which isn't necessarily an archetype. And then they turn around and say that in, what is it, Circuit Break, we're getting Subterror and Spiral support. So wait, does this set, whatever this is, not get its full day in the sun for its like 3 or 4 sets that all the TCG exclusives get? Or is this just like a placeholder theme? They're like, it's gonna get 1 set of support, it's 4 cards, we needed to fill those TCG exclusive types. But we were going to do something else, but, you know, Link's coming out and it borked our plans, so instead we're going to try to go back and fix the 2 that just came out, Spirals and Subterrors. Not to say that Circuit Break's not going to have, you know, more of whatever these things are in it as well. It's just that, I don't know, Konami of North America just seems to be kind of, I don't know, not super pushing it with the links or something. I don't know. I'm getting a weird vibe out of them, especially with all the news we've been getting and kind of how like they've been keeping a lot of more things like really, really close to the chest. The fact that August just so happens to be when they have like, you know, their tentative, we're not going to give you another ban list until August. But what comes out in August? We're getting the structure deck and we're getting the set. So Yeah, huh. It just really kind of seems like TCG's hunkering down for what they perceive as possibly a problem. They may themselves not actually dislike link summoning at all. If I was them, I would. I'd be like, oh, my Japanese overlords are making me promote a thing that totally ruined all of our plans for the next, like, 3 years, because they just decided to change the game entirely. Though that's assuming that Konami of North America and Europe had absolutely no say in the creation of the mechanic at all, which they may or may not. I'm not really sure how it works. I just get the impression that Japan does all the new stuff, and then they just kind of let it trickle down to all the other divisions. Some other people seem to think that it's possibly the anime that's driving these things, like whatever the anime creators decide to concoct this season, the TCG and the OCG card games have to try to follow suit. Now, I don't think that's true, mostly because I feel that kind of agreement would be really, really crappy for the card game. Because at that point, you know, they could really just write anything they want, and it could really screw up the game. Now, you might say, well, that's exactly what's happening with link summoning. However, I think Link isn't proof of the anime actually driving anything, and it's actually the other way around. The anime is being driven by the card game. It's basically a 20-minute episode commercials for, you know, cardboard. Because the link mechanic is way, way, way too well thought out for some anime writer to create out of thin air. Now, this seems like this was done deliberately by, like, you know, Konami's, you know, R&D department. Like I said, it just seems like the non-OCG areas of Konami just don't seem to be pushing this much like you think they would, because they really gotta try to sell this to existing players. Like, new players will just watch the anime and pick the whole game up, but it's the old players that they gotta really, really sell. Like, you know, no guys, don't worry, it'll be fine. Like, it'll be great, and it'll be fun, and you just gotta stick with it. Just don't freak out. Don't freak out. And they're not really doing that. It's kind of odd. Like, if I was running the TCG and I was making a TCG exclusive archetype, I would make the first one that comes out in, Code of the Duelist, which is where the first Link Monsters comes out. I'd make it a Link archetype. I'd be like, yeah, it's a Link archetype. It's a TCG exclusive that promotes the mechanic, and it really does a damn good job of getting it into the player base. Instead, they're waiting till next set to release what? It's apparently just 2 cards just to kind of fix 2 other archetypes that they're already done with. I don't know, it just seems like an odd move, as if they're basically trying to, like, you know, adapt or fix a problem. This is just my musings. I really have no proof of this. It's just, like I said, I'm just getting a vibe. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. And, you know, as always, guys, remember, if you don't troll the meta, or if, like, the OCG doesn't troll the TCG, who will? I'll see you guys next time.
Heh, clicking the subscribe button's a good move. I guess there's a first time for everything. Feel free to click on these third-rate videos from a fourth-rate YouTuber. But I don't have time for such amateurs. Come on, Mokuba, let's go get ice cream.